Hey you guys, welcome to Kemma's Never Seen It. In the spirit of the holidays, we're going to be reviewing the movie A Christmas Story. In the spirit of the holidays, I have on my favorite Christmas sweater. Pop, pop! It's Christmas! I would not dare call this an ugly Christmas sweater because it has Bruno Mars on it, which if you know, you know. I also know that Christmas was yesterday, but I post on Thursdays, and Christmas is not on a Thursday. So we're posting it today. But with all of that, let's dive right in. And let's see, again, according to the DVD cover, what this movie is about. The Christmas spirit isn't served up with more heartfelt warmth or observant hilarity than in this beloved adaptation of Jean Shepherd's holiday story. In 1940s, Indiana 9-year-old Ralphie dreams of his ideal Christmas gift, a genuine Red Ryder 200-shot carbine action air rifle. But when gruff dad and doting mom regularly respond with, "You'll shoot your eye out," Ralphie mounts a full-scale Santa begging campaign. He encounters a slew of calamities from snowsuit paralysis to the dreaded tongue on a frozen flagpole gambit. We triple dog dare you to unwrap a more welcome Yuletide classic. Two things I just want to establish and moving forward in this channel. One, I do not read the cover and the description of the movie before I watch it. I feel like that gives me more room to have a more authentic reaction and not really judge it. And because of that, I don't know how old these people are in these movies, and I don't know when it's set. This description says 1940s. Do you know how many times I guessed the year of this movie? Let's say the 80s. 70s, 80s. No. Let's say 80s. Could also be the 60s. I don't know. They're still wearing hats like that. It has to be the 60s. 70s and 80s is just like too much, but 60s I feel like makes sense. This has to be like
kids, it's little orphan Annie time.
The 60s.
By Rich.
This also says, oh, it's a 9-year-old boy. Do you know how many times I guessed the age of Ralphie? Just looking at him, I'm gonna say
to get my mitts
7.
on one of these fierce.
They have to be like, I feel like they're like 9 or 10. They have to be. Or you're like
That
7.
deadly-
Ralphie is like 9 or 10. He's 9. It's just a mess. But I'm learning, I'm watching, learning, listening, and we're gonna get there eventually. So to start in the movie, starts up really nice. You know, everyone's outside, there's carolers, there's children in the window looking at all these toys that they want. There were a lot of Annabelle dolls in the window and throughout the movie, like the Raggedy Ann dolls. There were a lot of those like throughout the movie. And I was just like, I've seen Annabelle, so we don't have to worry about me watching that. And then it shoots back to them going home, them asking, hey, what do you kids want for Christmas? Ralphie says, oh, I want this Pum from this show. And the mom's just like, no, you'll shoot your eye out. You can't have it, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, as a 9-year-old, I guess, how could you do that? But, you know, it is what it is. Something that I also really liked about this movie is how much Ralphie daydreamed. Like, he daydreamed so much. Like, one of his first daydreams was when he imagined that he had his gift and he was taking out all the band-aids. First of all, the outfit he wore, he would have killed at the Renaissance concert. Cowboy hat, the chaps, the vest, silver, shingle. He would have killed it. Would have had the best outfit at the Renaissance concert. And that's saying a lot considering there was an alien who went to multiple shows. And to bring it back to that specific daydream, obviously I didn't know this because I've never known anything about the movie, but there's a part where he, you know, he's acting like a cowboy, spitting out tobacco, you know, getting the bandits. Did you know that was real tobacco that they gave that little boy? They gave an elementary school age boy real tobacco for the movie. They couldn't even give him like the jerky. You know, the jerky that looks like it? They couldn't even give him that. They gave him real life tobacco. Movies back in the day, I'm glad that I'm reviewing older movies because, you know, I enjoy classics, or will learn to enjoy classics, I guess you can say. But at the same time, none of that is ethical at all. It's so crazy that no one in the creative department or directors or whoever's in charge of that thought to use anything else but real tobacco to give a little kid. They used soap and foam to make the snow, but they want to give a kid real life tobacco? Whatever. I'm not in the entertainment business, so I really don't know. Maybe there's a rhyme and reason. Maybe. I just don't know. Regardless, we skip ahead to school. He meets up with his friends, telling each other, what they want for Christmas, what they're going to be doing. They get to school. They introduce the teacher, which I'm just going to say it. Teacher's a hater. I don't like her, but I'll get into that later. After they finish with class, they go outside, and that's where the whole flagpole scene happens, which also, let me say, in elementary school, I heard about the flagpole thing, but I was under the assumption that it was like an urban legend, one of those things to scare kids. I did not know it was from a movie. I know, but I didn't know. Also, watching the movie, I thought that the main character, Ralphie, was going to be the one to get his tongue stuck, not one of his friends. I thought that scene was going to be like the whole plot of the movie. I had no idea that it was just like a little snippet that was thrown in there. So let me just say, it took me for a loop, but yeah. Also makes me know that kids are disgusting. So they all leave the kid outside, tongue stuck on the pole. They all run back inside to class. He's just like, Ralphie, other friend whose name I forgot, help me out. And Ralphie's just like, yo, the bell rang, we gotta go. Ralphie's a little goody two shoes. Like, he's just like, I gotta go. They get back into class. The teacher's just like, hey, where is he at? What's going on? Everyone gestures to the window. He's outside, tongue still stuck, which, yikes. And then the fire department and the police come to help get him unstuck, which, is that too much? Maybe not, but maybe. I don't know. The movie's it goes through a lot of hoops and stuff. But the kid gets unstuck and he comes back into the classroom. And this teacher has the nerve to be like, I know he didn't do this by himself. So who told him to do it? Why is she looking at my boy Ralphie like he's the one who told him to do it? I don't like that. I don't like how accusatory she was, or assuming that Ralphie did it. The way that she kept looking at him, no. But it was just kind of left alone after that, and his tongue eventually healed, so it was okay. Again, a random part of a movie, but I feel like there was no real plot to this movie. There was just like different instances that kind of kept happening. Like after school, the bullies came, and I don't know if the bullies went to school. I don't know where they really came from. Like a lot of this stuff, I guess it makes sense in the context of kids and just going throughout their life as kids. But like, I also felt like a lot of this stuff was random. The dad doesn't have like a gambling problem, I would say, but he definitely seeks out all these like random prizes, which I guess is gratifying, but also like, okay. But he ended up winning a leg lamp with a fishnet on it. And it was pretty cute. The mom didn't like the lamp. Not really too sure why. Maybe because he put it in the middle of the window for the whole neighborhood to see. But also the whole neighborhood got horny for the lamp, which was weird. Oh, and also something about that lamp. So apparently there are a lot of people who did want to have the original lamp or something, and they had 3 on set and all of them broke, so no one was able to actually get any of the original ones from the movie, which kind of sucks, and also maybe a testament to how fragile and cheap that lamp was. But they also gave a little kid tobacco, so I don't know, I guess cutting corners is just what they like to do. And then later on in the movie, the mom ended up breaking the lamp, which I do think that she did it on purpose. But the husband got so mad at her. Have you ever wanted to divorce your wife over a lamp? I'm sure it's happened, but have you ever genuinely hated your wife because of a lamp?
You were always jealous of this lamp.
Jealous of a plastic lamp?
Jealous because I won.
He did. The dad honestly kind of sucked. Like, he was just so like, ugh. And so like I can't even say a word. Like, he was just so, ugh, you know what I mean? And apparently the dad was almost Jack Nicholson. And I know he played in the movie The Shining. I may have seen that movie. I know his scene, the Here's Johnny thing.
Here's Johnny!
And then he played as the Joker, which I don't think I've seen that Batman. So I think it definitely would show range for everything that he's already had done or would have done in the future. But I think it's also interesting that he could have been the dad. I think he could have done well, because the dad in the movie was kind of just like a like Scrooge, you know what I mean? But he went on to bigger and better things. What else was there? There's when they went to go get a Christmas tree. This pissed me off because when they went Christmas tree shopping, they're looking at all the different trees, and the salesman was just like, come on, if you want this one, I'll give you $2 off.
Well, how much?
I'll knock off $2 because I can see you're a man who knows his trees.
What the fuck does that mean? $2 off of a Christmas tree? I did not look up how much Christmas trees were back then. Actually, let me go ahead and take a look. How much were Christmas trees in the 40s? A 5-foot tree could be purchased for 75 cents. I haven't been Christmas tree shopping in a few years, but I'm pretty sure the last time I wanted a 5-foot Christmas tree, it was at least like $80. So the fact that they got a pretty nice tree, like it was pretty full, it was pretty tall, and they were gonna get $2 off. What they paid for the, oh my God. All these old movies are just letting me know that things were so cheap. But anyway, moving forward. I don't want to wallow in my sadness of how broke I am. As they're going home, their tire goes flat. The dad has to go replace it. Mind you, the spare tire that he took out of his car, I think it was bald. I did not see not a ridge, nothing, unless cars back then were just different, but it was a bald tire. And then Ralphie goes out there to help him. As he's helping him, he drops all the screws, and he says the F word.
Oh. Fudge.
Okay.
Only I didn't say fudge. I said the word.
Now the dad's all mad, just like, what did you say? He tells the mom screams in horror like they've never heard the word in their life. And then they're just like, oh, where did you get that from? Girl, your husband cusses throughout the house all day, every day, all the time. You're surprised that your son picked up on it? But this is also where I switched up on Ralphie. Ralphie's an op because he was just, instead of just saying, oh, well, dad cusses sometimes, he was just like, oh no, my friend said it. The mama called the other mom, said, Ralphie just said the F word. You know where she got it? The other mom was just like, oh, well, from the dad, obviously. The mom was just like, what? No, from your son. The boy got a whooping because Ralphie lied. Ralphie's an op. I thought he was a good friend. He's an op. Let's see. Like I said, there's not really a plot, I feel, to this movie. So I'm just kind of remembering all of like the little pieces in there. Like, the teacher gives Ralphie a C+ on his paper because he would shoot his eye out with his gift that he wanted, the rifle, which, again, hate that teacher. How are you going to give a child a bad grade on something because you don't like what they picked? How is his punctuation? How is his spelling, spacing, margins? It was a writing assignment, but because you didn't like the gift he picked, you're going to give him a bad grade. Not that a C+ is a bad grade, but that's the reason why. I'm telling you, the teacher couldn't stand her. Nope. After that, Ralphie was just down in the dumps, walking home. The bullies come up to him again and was just like, hey, what's up? And Ralphie had enough. He beat up his bully. And let me just say, violence, we should not advocate for that most of the time. Some of the time. But sometimes, to get your point across, you gotta do what needs to be done. And Ralphie beat up his bully, and bully probably never bothered him again. Again, I'm not a huge advocate for violence, but I will say that sometimes it is what it is, and you gotta do what you gotta do. And then his last attempt to ask for, so he asked his parents for the gift. They said, no, you'll shoot your eye out. He asked his teacher. She said, no, you'll shoot your eye out. Then they went to the mall to go meet Santa. And let me say this as well. Personally, I've never been to the mall to meet Santa, the Easter Bunny, anything like that. I think it would kind of be funny and like kind of cute if I did it now, but I'm a grown adult. I also think it would be very weird, so I'm not gonna do that. But if the people in the mall handle the children with care the way they did in this movie, I'm also not a parent, but I would have some things to say. The way they were pulling on kids and pushing them and yelling at them, they would have gave those kids bruises. No. No. I would have something to say. I would have something to say to those little elves and to Santa. But I digress. Ralphie goes up to ask for his gift. but because they're like, they just startle him because they're so just mean and like, he forgot what he wanted, and then he didn't get to ask. So then they take him, they're about to throw him down the slide. Ralphie is just like, no. He climbs back up, which is so funny. Then he asks for his gift, and what does Santa say?
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
He says, you'll shoot your eye out. Jaw dropped on the floor. So after that, Ralphie kind of gives up hope. They go back home. They sleep in. They wake up the next morning. It's Christmas. They see all their gifts. Also, that onesie, that bunny onesie that he got, I would have wore that. I know he didn't like it being a little boy and things like that, and it was pink and blah, blah, blah. I would have wore the fuck out of that. So if anyone is in the market for onesies, I like onesies. I know Christmas is over, but just because gifts are cool too. And he's still searching around all his gifts, and he still doesn't see the present he wants until his dad is just like, oh, wait, there's something back there. Look back there. And he finds he got his gift. He got the rifle that he wanted. He finally got it, takes it outside. He sets everything up to start pew-pewing, and in fact shoots his eye out. Luckily, it wasn't anything serious. He just got a little scratch right here. Blew his glasses off, ended up stepping on his glasses. He ended up lying, so it didn't even matter. He got to keep it, so it was all fine. But yeah, I guess everyone was right at the end of the day. But that's also on the parents. They didn't help him set him up. Just like, you know how to do it? Good. Okay, go outside. Yeah. Instruction manual, something? Again, this was in the 40s and not a lot of care or attention to children back then. So what can you do? One of the last parts of the movie is when, let's see. Oh yeah, all those neighbors' dogs. The neighbor had a lot of dogs. I forgot what kind of dogs they were. I think they were like just hounds, which the dad did not like them. They were cute. There was a lot of them. They bushed into the house. Dad's sitting there. What do I have? Let's pretend this is a newspaper. Dad's sitting there reading the newspaper, watching the dogs come in the house, looking like, Dogs in the house, go in the kitchen, eat the whole Christmas dinner. And then the dad's just like, oh my God, these hounds. Da, 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 da. Like, this. As much as I love dogs, there's no way a dog is gonna bust into my house and nothing be done. Me just sit there. So ultimately, that's what he gets because. And then after that, they have to go out to dinner. And in my head, I was just like, oh, I think Chinese food always serves on Christmas. So they could just go out for Chinese. And they did. And they go in to sit into a restaurant. This part had me a little perplexed. Though I thought this was a good movie, that ending part was a little... I think it was racist. Like, I'm watching it and I'm just like, is this racist? And we can argue it was an older movie, it was of the time, and like, yes, but is this racist? So yeah, that was a little much, but you know, it is what it is. Overall, again, I don't see that there was a plot to the movie per se, but I did enjoy the movie. It got an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I do agree with. I think that it's fairly rated. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a good movie. But apparently, the budget for this movie was $3.3 million. And I think when it first came out, it only hit $2 million. So it was definitely underneath what the budget was, which sucks. But as time went on, it, you know, got more... I don't know how those works. More views, they got more money in, and it is considered to be a Christmas classic. So in the end, you know, it definitely put its stamp of approval of classic movies, but at the start, it didn't even break even, which really sucks. But again, for what it's worth, and people still watch it to this day, I like the movie. I think it's a good movie. There are some parts in there where I'm just like, ugh. But for the most part, pretty good. Other than that, that's the end of the December movies. I know it was only 2, but you know, you get what you get. Come back next Thursday where I will be dropping another video. It will be the day after New Year's, so January 2nd. Make sure you check out that video when it drops. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your dogs, tell your cats, tell your farm animals, tell everybody to come check out my channel. Let me know what you think. If there's something in this video that I have missed that you want me to elaborate on, maybe some parts that you enjoyed or think, Kemma, you don't know what you're talking about. This is this. Okay, let me know. Comment down below. Happy holidays for all of you who celebrate and have celebrated. For those of you who don't celebrate the holidays, that's good too. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Prosperous new year that we're going to be going into. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.